boxing voice.
Call?
Yes, I'm here.
You will be placed on hold until a moderator arrives.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for standing by. Welcome to the Golden Boy Promotions announcement conference call. At this time, all participants are in a listen-only mode. Later, there will be an opportunity for live questions and comments. Instructions will be given at that time. As a reminder, this call is being recorded. I would now like to turn the conference call over to our host, Kelly Swanson. Kelly, please go ahead.
Thank you, operator. Thank you, everybody, for calling in today for this very important, exciting announcement. And I'm going to get right to it and introduce the president and founder of Golden Boy Promotions, Oscar De La Hoya, to start the call, introduce the other participants, and make the announcement. Oscar?
Thank you. Thank you very much, Kelly. To all the writers, thank you very much for being on the call. We always, and we greatly appreciate it. Today is a historical day for boxing in general. It is my pleasure to have always been working with a great young fighter like Canelo Álvarez. We started promoting Canelo, I believe, in 2010, and we always agreed that there is something very special about Canelo. At the tender age of 24 years old, which he just turned, this is a new beginning for Saul Canelo Álvarez, and it is my pleasure to announce to you that Canelo will be fighting on HBO network. We are extremely happy to have been working with Ken Hershman. I want to thank Mark Taffet. Ken Hershman was very instrumental in making this, putting this deal together along with everyone at HBO. So we are just extremely, extremely proud here at Golden Boy to once again be working at HBO, which was my home for more than 30 fights. So today is a great day for boxing. It's a great day for all the fans across the globe, and this is another indication that Golden Boy is all about the fans and making sure that the fans get and watch what they deserve. So it is my pleasure now to introduce to you head of HBO Sports, Ken Hershman. Ken.
Thanks, Oscar. Thanks all for joining. This is, as Oscar said, it's a great day, big moment for us. As we venture forward with this new chapter, welcoming Canelo and his team back to HBO. We couldn't be more happy, and there's no better time for this to happen. He's Oscar said he's established himself at the young age of 24 as boxing's next superstar, and we're going to do everything in our power to fulfill his dreams and goals and aspirations, and be there as a partner and supporter, and bring the best fights possible to the fans. And that could be on HBO, and it could be on pay-per-view as well. It's going to be on both, and that's exciting to us as well. And the deal allows us that flexibility from time to time to have Canelo, on HBO, and that was important to all of us, and that's exciting. So we'll be open to all of your questions, but right now I just want to tell you how proud I am to be here and excited and introduce to you HBO's next superstar, Canelo Álvarez.
Unos comentarios.
Bueno, agradecerles el apoyo a todos. Estoy muy contento de este anuncio, de esta nueva etapa en mi carrera. Donde quiera que estemos siempre trabajamos al 100%. Ahora aquí hay muy buenas cosas y vamos a trabajar mucho más fuerte para darles muy buenas cosas.
Thank you very much. Thank you to all the media for being here. I am super excited. I am extremely happy to be back here on HBO, and we're going to continue working hard, if not harder, to give the fans what they want to see. And so it's a great thrill for me. This day is a historical day, and I'm happy to be here. So now we can open it up for questions for the media.
Thank you. If you would like to ask a question, please press star 1 on your telephone keypad. This will place your question in the order it was received. Again, that is star 1 on your telephone.
Your hand is raised. Please ask your question when prompted. Press the pound sign to lower your hand.
All right, and we'll go ahead and go with our first question in the queue, coming from Len Satterfield from the Ring Magazine.
Hey, guys, how are you?
Good, Lem.
Hey, Oscar, first question to you is how hard was it to keep this under wraps?
Well, when you have people like yourself calling me every 10 minutes, it was very difficult. Lem, it was look, we obviously, yeah, it was as you know, in boxing, it's just it's very difficult to keep anything under wraps. But we all were in agreement that we must, and we had to make this announcement very special, because that's exactly what this announcement deserves. Is to have its own day and make history, because that's exactly what we're doing, is making history. This move will continue to solidify boxing as the best sport on the planet, and it'll continue to open the doors, for all those young fighters out there who have dreams, of becoming world champions. So this was very difficult, because a lot of people we just couldn't contain ourselves. It's exciting.
I guess another big question is about the two dates. He wants to fight on the traditional Mexican holidays, and obviously there's another guy who fights on those dates. Can you and him address whether, in fact, he is going to insist on taking those two dates, the September and May dates?
Canelo Álvarez gave me my marching orders, and that is fighting May of next year and September of next year. So as his promoter, I have to do whatever I can to make that happen for him. So the great thing about this relationship with HBO is that, and this is coming from Canelo, he not only will be fighting on pay-per-view, but he will be fighting on HBO Live, which he wants to do for his fans. So, a fighter of his caliber, at his level, you just don't see that in today's world. But this is just another indication of how much he cares about his fans.
Canelo, can you answer that question also?
De las peleas
Desde el 5 de mayo y septiembre.
No, bueno, es algo que he querido pelear en las fechas mexicanas porque son de nosotros y queremos volver a retomar esas fechas y por eso es que las quiero.
Yeah, he's always wanted to fight 5 de mayo and September 16th because, you know, him being a Mexican national, I mean, those are the dates that he has always celebrated. You know, all his countrymen have celebrated. So, you know, he's excited that he can now finally fulfill his dreams of continuing that tradition that many great fighters, you know, laid out. You know, the plan of you know, that tradition of fighting the 5th of May and September. So he's really excited to give the fans what they want to see.
Last question. James Kirkland just pulled out of his potential fight with Rosado. Would he be a consideration for this fight at this time?
Well, we will have more details next week. We're working on the site. We're working on the opponent. So that announcement will come shortly next week.
Thank you, Oscar. Thank you, Canelo.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, and we'll go with our next question coming from Dan Rafael with ESPN.
Thank you very much. Oscar and Ken, is in fact the first date December 6th live on HBO?
Yes, the first date will be in December on HBO.
Is it the 6th?
Possibly.
So it could be some other time. Ken Hershman, can you answer that?
Yeah, I think that, you know, again, we're here, Dan, to, you know, just make this announcement about our ongoing long-term relationship, and we'll work on the details starting right after we're done on this call to solidify where we're going.
Can you say any of the terms of this agreement? How many fights is it for? How many years is it for?
No, you know, we don't really want to talk about it publicly, but it's a long-term deal, and we were only half joking. We were talking to Oscar about how many fights he's had on HBO pay-per-view over the years, and it was 30-something, 32, and Canelo's been on 5, right?
8.
7 times on HBO?
He's been on 8 times between pay-per-view, HBO, and HBO Latino.
Right. Yeah.
No,
Latino.
It's been 7, Dan. HBO Plus in Mexico doesn't count.
No, it's HBO. Listen, it was HBO 2 in the United States, the Love More Than a Do fight. But anyway.
All right. Yeah. He knows it better than we do. But my point wasn't to debate that. It's just our goal and our objective here is that Canelo Álvarez should do whatever he can, and we'll do whatever we can to make it, you know, break that record that Oscar held. That's our objective going into this.
Oscar, my other question for you is, Stephen Espinoza at Showtime asserts that he had a verbal agreement with you and that you broke multiple promises by signing this agreement with HBO. Can you give us your side of that story?
No, no verbal agreement. I obviously am doing what Canelo is asking of me. You know, Canelo has expressed many months ago that he would love to explore the possibility of fighting on HBO, and as his promoter, I have to obviously do whatever possible to grant his wishes.
One other question for you, Oscar. If Stephen believes that's the case, whatever, what does that do to you going forward with you have the bulk of your other fights have been on Showtime for the better part of the past, you know, almost, you know, a year and 3 quarters?
Well, I obviously sure hope that this doesn't ruin any type of relationship. I mean, you know, this is actually a great thing. This is a great thing for the sport of boxing. This is a great thing for the fans. So I'm assuming and I'm hoping that it affects nothing.
Okay. Thank you very much. Congratulations on the deal.
Thank you.
All right, and we'll go ahead and go to our next question coming from Rodolfo Hernandez from Fox Deportes.
Antes que nada, gracias, felicidades, Canelo. Una pregunta, ¿esto abre la posibilidad para grandes peleas, por ejemplo, con Julio César Chávez Jr., con Pacquiao o con Cotto?
Yeah, the question is, does this open up possibilities of big fights with Chávez Jr., Pacquiao, Cotto?
Bueno, esas son peleas que se pueden dar y se abren las más probabilidad, ¿no? De que se hagan esas peleas y pues estoy listo para cualquiera.
Obviously, those are the names, those are the guys that are there that I would like to fight. Yeah, the possibilities are enhanced now, being with HBO.
¿Qué se siente regresar a la casa donde tuviste tu primer campeonato?
Bueno, me siento muy contento regresar a HBO, donde gané mi primer título y la verdad que me siento muy contento porque sé que vamos a trabajar duro para lograr lo que queremos.
Gracias.
The question was, how does it feel to be back home where you won your first title? And Saul said, I'm very excited. I'm very excited and I'm happy, and I'm looking forward to working hard to accomplish more.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and go on to our next question. This is coming from Salvador Rodriguez from ESPN Deportes.
Hola, saludos Oscar, hi Ken, saludos Canelo. Oscar, ¿cuáles son las peleas que tienes en mente con el regreso de Canelo a HBO? ¿Cuáles son los que tú quieres? Él te pidió regresar a HBO. Ahora, ¿qué te gustaría a ti como promotor hacer para finales de año y para el 2015, ya sea Cotto, Pacquiao, Chávez? ¿Qué te gustaría a ti?
No, pues eso sería. He asked what are the plans. He asked what are the plans now that what's my wish? What would I like to see? Who would I like to see Canelo fight against? Mira, obviamente pues tenemos que ahora sentarnos y hablar de contrincantes, de rivales. Nosotros no sabemos quién va a estar ahí en 1 año, 2 años. Es difícil de decir queremos pelear con tal o con tal fulano. Yo creo que lo tenemos que tomar pelea por pelea, pero obviamente las peleas grandes es el objetivo aquí, ¿no? Pelear con los mejores del mundo como Canelo desea y tomarlo pelea por pelea. I think what we have to focus on is one fight at a time. I think my wish would be obviously for Canelo to fight the very best and fight the big challenges, and Canelo is on the same page with me, and but it's too premature to talk about opponents now because obviously fighters win and lose, and so we must focus now at the job at hand and fight at a time.
¿Qué tanto afecta a Golden Boy la relación con Showtime? ¿Qué tanto beneficia a Golden Boy esta relación con HBO?
No, pues yo creo que al que va a beneficiar va a ser al fan, es todo. Y el objetivo es de presentarle a los fans las mejores peleas posibles. Y pues obviamente el hecho de que Golden Boy está trabajando ahora con HBO, pues es algo muy grande, ¿no? para el deporte y para los fans.
Para Canelo, tus peleas seguirán siendo transmitidas en México por Televisa, más allá de este cambio. Y segundo, ¿cuál fue tu intención al regresar a HBO? ¿Qué es lo que buscas en cuanto en la parte deportiva, económica, profesional en general?
The question is, does this affect your relationship with Televisa in Mexico? And what was the deciding factor to make the move over to HBO?
No, bueno, es lo que se pretende, ¿no? Y es lo que está acordado, que las peleas sigan siendo transmitidas por Televisa en México. Eso no cambia nada. Y pues lo que se pretende el llegar aquí a HBO es hacer historia, ¿no? Y y la verdad que estamos muy contentos porque lo estamos haciendo y seguiremos en este camino.
The answer was no, there's not going to be any change with Televisa. That's what I was promised. That's what's going to continue to happen. The fights will continue on Televisa. And the reason I wanted to come to HBO is to make history. And that's what we're going to work together towards, to make history, and that's what I want.
Por último, King Hershman no quiso revelarlo tampoco, Oscar de la Hoya. Canelo, tú sí nos dirás por cuántos años, por cuántas peleas firmaste con HBO y por cuánto dinero, o tampoco nos vas a decir.
No, bueno, eso lo queremos mantener entre nosotros y espero lo puedan entender, pero pues vamos a tener una relación de largo plazo.
The question was, Oscar didn't want to say anything about it. Will you talk about how long the agreement is, how many fights? And Saul said, no, that's something that we want to maintain amongst ourselves. I hope you understand that, but I will say this, it's long term.
Muchas gracias a todos.
Gracias. Gracias, Chava.
All right, and we'll move on to our next question. This is coming from John Whistler with the San Antonio Express.
Hey, Oscar, I have a question for you.
Hey.
How you doing, sir?
All right, good, my man.
Hey, I know that you wanted December 6th in San Antonio, and there was no available venue. Can you say there's reports about Houston, maybe Reliant or Minute Maid? Can you confirm anything about that?
Well, I can't confirm anything yet, John. I'll be talking to my partner Mike down there in Texas and San Antonio, and hopefully we'll have something in concrete next week. Saul wants to fight in December. He wants to fight in Texas. So we'll have a definitive answer next week for you.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, John.
All right, and we'll go ahead and move on to our next question. This is coming from Alex Rodriguez with El Universal.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Buenas tardes. Mi pregunta es para Saúl, el Canelo Álvarez. Saúl, preguntarte, hablas de querer recuperar las fechas patrias en el boxeo para la afición mexicana. ¿Eso es un reclamo de querer quitarles esas fechas a Floyd Mayweather, que se ha apropiado de estas fechas año con año?
No, pues es lo que...
Well, let me translate that. The question was, you've talked about taking back May and September. Obviously, you're talking about going head to head or taking away from Floyd Mayweather. Is that what you're trying to do?
Bueno, lo que pretendo, lo que quiero hacer, quien esté peleando ahí, pues quiero recuperar esas fechas y pelear en mayo y septiembre. Son las fechas de nosotros los mexicanos y obviamente tiene que estar un mexicano peleando y quiero ser yo.
Obviously, those two dates are very important. They're Mexican dates. I want to recoup that. I want to recuperate those dates, take them back for the Mexican people, and there should always be a Mexican fighting on those dates.
Preguntarle a Oscar cómo lograr esta meta que se han trazado el Canelo y tú de poder presentarse en septiembre y en mayo por la situación de que ese lado usualmente se presenta a Floyd Mayweather.
The question is the same question to Oscar. How are you guys going to do that? How are you going to be able to take away those dates, take them back, take them away from Floyd Mayweather?
Well, look, it all obviously it all depends. It all depends on who Canelo is fighting. And if Canelo's asking me that he wants May, then I'm gonna get him May. Will I have to fight for it? Well, I wasn't a 10-time world champion for nothing. So, I work for the fighter, and I'm gonna have to grant Canelo's wish. Yo creo que sí va a ser un poquito difícil. Pero obviamente yo como su promotor, si el Canelo me dijo que quiere pelear en mayo, en septiembre, pues es lo que vamos a hacer. Ahora va a ser una pelea, pero yo no fui campeón 10 veces por nada. Yo estoy dispuesto y listo para pelear, y el Canelo quiere pelear el 5 de mayo en septiembre, pues es lo que se va a hacer.
Muchas gracias, felicidades a todos.
Gracias.
All right, and we'll go to our next question coming from Carlos González from Primera Hora.
Sí, buenas tardes y saludos a todos. Mi pregunta va más dirigida a Oscar, pero si lo pueden responder ambos si desean. Y es retomando un poco el asunto de Miguel Cotto, porque pues dijiste que no saben qué tipo de figuras pueden tener en el futuro, pero Miguel Cotto ya dijo que no va a pelear más en el 2014, el 2015 está disponible. ¿Cuán serio van a darle esa consideración para mayo o septiembre?
The question is for Oscar. Obviously, you're talking about fighting many fighters. One of them is Miguel Cotto. Miguel Cotto has already said he's not going to fight this year anymore. He is available for 2015. Is that a real possibility?
Pues yo creo que lo primero es concentrarnos diciembre. Saúl Canelo Álvarez va a pelear en diciembre. La próxima semana vamos a ya tener todo en concreto. Vamos a finalizar ya todos los detalles. Y ya después de la pelea, pues entonces ya el enfoque sería el 5 de mayo de 2015. Ahora, obviamente, el mundo está hablando de Canelo Álvarez con Miguel Cotto, pues eso se tendría que hablar después de diciembre.
Una pregunta para Canelo, de haber esa posibilidad en la mesa, y si por ejemplo Cotto ofrece que sea mayo, junio o septiembre en Nueva York, ¿estarías dispuesto a hacerlo en Nueva York?
The question was, if that fight was to come to fruition and Miguel Cotto insists it's in New York, whether it's May or June, would you consider fighting in New York?
No, bueno, sería cuestión de la negociación y ver qué es lo mejor, ¿no? Yo creo que ya haciéndose la negociación se vería bien el lugar y todo, y que sea lo mejor,
It's all part of the negotiations. That comes up in the negotiations, and it's a deal that's going to be too good to pass up, then we're going to have to consider that. So it's all part of the negotiations, and we would have to go to the best place and the best venue.
Okay, gracias. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, and we're going to move on to our last question of the day, coming from Renee Umencore from the Record newspaper.
Hola Canelo, hola Oscar y hola a todos por ahí, buenas tardes. Pues preguntarte, Saúl, antes que nada, ¿cuál es el compromiso con el que tú te vas o con el que regresas a HBO? O sea, en la negociación, ¿cuál es el compromiso que existe entre ambas partes? Y sobre todo, pues más bien lo interesante es ver cuál es el compromiso que tienes tú con HBO ahora que vas a estar con ellos. Porque bueno, la vara está muy alta después de la pelea con Floyd Mayweather, ¿no?
The question is, what kind of fight do you have with HBO? What kind of goals do you have? Obviously, the biggest fight you had was with Mayweather. That's a big goal. What other goals are you planning for yourself with HBO?
No, bueno, el acuerdo es peleas y pelear una vez al año en televisión abierta y pues trabajar juntos, no hacer lo que hemos venido haciendo, trabajar juntos y hacer historia.
I mean, look, the most important thing of the fights, I'm going to be fighting once on live TV. Just to work hard together and continue making these fights and making history. That's the most important thing.
Saúl, una pregunta más. ¿Qué es lo principal que te motiva a hacer ese cambio en tu carrera tan importante? ¿Cuál es tu principal motivación? ¿Qué es lo que te mueve para irte a regresar a HBO?
What was the principal motivation for this move? What motivated you to make this move to HBO?
Muy buenas cosas, que están dispuestos a hacer historia junto conmigo, recuperar las fechas que tenemos que recuperar y eso es lo más importante, ¿no? Que estamos en el mismo canal y hay muy buenas cosas que quieren hacer al igual que yo y eso es lo más importante para mi carrera, ¿no? Que estemos todos en el mismo canal y hacer un buen trabajo.
There's many things, many factors involved in making the decision. recouping our dates back, which is one of the things that was important to me. But there's many things, many aspects of the deal that were perfect and were fine with me, that made me happy, and we want to make history together and move forward together.
Okay, pues muchas gracias Canelo y muchas gracias Oscar y todos por ahí, Eric Gómez, muchas gracias por todo.
Gracias.
Gracias. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you, Lisa.
Thanks, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Bye.
Thank you, and that will conclude our call for the day.
The moderator has terminated this call. The Boxing Voice.